Hey yo, welcome back to DrumLessonLand.com. My name is Mark, and today I'm going to be talking to you about independence, or as I like to call it, coordination. I'll start off by saying that it's next to impossible to split your brain into 4 different parts. When a really independent drummer is playing all sorts of different stuff with his limbs, he's really just demonstrating how much he's worked on coordinating all of his limbs. The conscious mind has a very tough time focusing on more than one thing at a time. Try this. Try watching CNN and reading the ticker tape at the bottom, but also listening to what the news anchor is saying. You can switch between them, but you can't really focus on both at the same time. It's the same thing with drumming. When you practice playing a clave in your left foot and 3 other different patterns in your other limbs, you're actually just figuring out how they all feel when you play them together. That's why you have to work on it so incredibly slowly. Otherwise, you'll keep stumbling over yourself and you just won't be able to play it. Also, have you ever noticed that once you do something right a couple times at a slow speed, you suddenly just have it? This is because once your muscles know how it feels, your mind is able to consolidate all the muscles into one muscle movement. It's just like tennis or hockey. Do you think about your feet running while you hit the ball with the racket? Do you think about your skates as you're handling the puck? No, you just think go, and your feet take care of it by themselves. It's the same thing with music. You hear a coordinated pattern in your mind, and if you've practiced it, your hands and feet will have that pattern in their memory bank. They'll be able to execute it by themselves while your mind focuses on the sound. This is how coordination works. Anyway, sorry for all the talking. Here's the exercise. First, we're going to pick an ostinato pattern for our feet. If you're a beginner or just new to this exercise, I recommend using this simple pattern. Now we're going to work through a series of 4 possible patterns in each hand, making a total of 16 possible combinations. The hand patterns are really simple. They're just 3/16 notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So check this out. Since there are 4/16 notes in each beat, that means there are 4 different places to start that 3-note pattern in each hand. So I can start on the first beat, like I just did, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Or I can start it on the second beat, which is the E. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a. Or I can start it on the third 16th note, which is the and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Finally, we can start it on the 4/16th note, which is the 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So the way this drill works is you just pick a hand. I'm going to say my right hand, and you pick one pattern. I'm going to pick the first pattern, which is just 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And then in the other hand, I'm going to work through all the patterns. Sounds like this. I'm going to work through all the patterns in my left hand while keeping that first pattern in my right hand. Then you're going to change the pattern in your right hand and repeat the process. So if I started with, I can move on to the second one, which starts on the E. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And then work through all the other patterns in my left hand. So the point here is to try to get all the different combinations in either hand. Sit on each one for a while until it feels really comfortable. And try to do this every time you practice. The more you do it, the easier it'll be to just jump back into the groove next time you start practicing. And eventually you'll start incorporating these type of things in your grooves and in your fills, and it'll just sort of happen naturally. Also, like anything else in drumming, the more you work on independence exercises or coordination exercises, the easier other coordination exercises will become. But I really like this exercise because it's very fundamental. It doesn't deal with any specific patterns. It sort of applies to all sorts of styles of music and all different kinds of grooves. It's a good way to cover a lot of the bases when you're dealing with coordinated beats and independence. Also, if this exercise gets too easy for you, you can just start, messing with the bass drum patterns, maybe putting a clave in your left foot. Just try to make it as difficult for yourself as you want to. But this is a really good basic exercise. It's pretty much all I do to work on my coordination, and I never really run into any coordination snags when I'm improvising or playing various gigs. So this is a really good exercise to just kind of cover the basics of coordinated playing. Thanks for tuning in. Keep working on that coordinated playing, and I'll see you next time.